In the days leading up to Oregon's trip to the Bay Area, the Ducks said that they were looking forward to getting back on the road. With frustration building amongst both the players and the fans following 3 straight home losses, Ernie Kent's team was hoping that some away time would ease that tension. That theory quickly fell apart as Cal and Stanford hammered Oregon by a combined 47 points. The Ducks continued to struggle shooting the ball, especially from three-point range, where they were just 6 of 32 for the whole weekend. So as Oregon limps home to prepare for the LA schools, there doesn't seem to be any kind of quick fix sitting out there on the horizon. In the last 5 games, the Ducks have held the lead only twice. They jumped out 2-0 in both games in the Bay Area before falling behind for good. The trip to California wasn't much better for Oregon State as Cal and Stanford capped off a perfect weekend with a sweep of the Beavers. But OSU did show some signs of life in a tough loss to the Golden Bears at Haas Pavilion. The Beavs got a big game out of freshman Jared Cunningham in his first packed-in start and playing in front of a big crowd of supporters from his nearby hometown of San Leandro. Cunningham scored a career-high 18 points and showed the potential to be that extra scoring threat that Oregon State so desperately needs. The Beavers return home Thursday against USC. A year ago, the Beavers beat the Trojans to snap a 23-game Pac-10 losing skid. An awful weekend for the teams in the Willamette Valley continued yesterday at Mack Court. The Oregon women couldn't keep up with number 2 Stanford as the Cardinal handed the Ducks their 4th straight defeat. But after the game, there was a sense of optimism circulating in the Oregon locker room as the Ducks feel that they are close to getting back in rhythm. This was also Oregon's 10th straight against Stanford. The Beaver women came the closest to grabbing a victory this weekend against Cal. Oregon State swapped the lead with the Bears 16 times on their way to a double overtime thriller. OSU could not find an answer for Cal's Alexis Gray-Lawson, who dropped 47 on him on 13 of 31 shooting. But it was 4 late turnovers in the second overtime that wound up costing the Beavers the game. And if you missed it earlier, you can catch the encore edition of Inside the Pack tonight at 11:30. Hear what the Ducks and Beavers have to say after the weekend, and we'll get you caught up on all the action from around the conference. That is tonight after the news at 11. Just when you think that the injury situation in Portland can't possibly get any worse, it does, and yet somehow the Blazers still keep winning. Jared Bayless was the latest addition to the already mile-long injury list last night in Detroit with a sprained ankle. But just as he's done all season, Nate McMillan shuffled the deck and found the right combination. This time it was Martell Webster stepping up with a career-high 28 points as the Blazers took down the Pistons 97-93. The Blazers return home to the Rose Garden tomorrow night against New Orleans. And one other player that they're hoping to have back is Nicholas Batum. He's been out all season after that shoulder surgery, so they're hoping that he's going to be able to go. He's been practicing, but I guess we'll find out tomorrow night.